I would characterise the property market at the moment by saying that we've come through the worst downturn we've ever experienced, an unprecedented downturn, but we're finally at a point where property is beginning to stabilise. Now, obviously house prices are still drifting, but from the commercial property point of view, there's a clear sense that prime values are stabilising and the volume of transaction activity has picked up, particularly in the last 12 months. Comparing Dublin with other capital cities, I would say that Dublin has repriced itself over the last number of years in lots of areas, things like house prices, wage costs, the costs of doing business, not to mention property costs, have all come back significantly. And obviously Dublin still has its 12.5% corporate tax rate, and that's hugely significant from a competitiveness point of view. I think wages and costs and prices have come across in every part of the country, to be honest, but Dublin is particularly attractive to a lot of the multinational type investors who tend to prefer to locate in Dublin if at all possible, although we have seen quite a lot of announcements going outside the capital city in recent times. I think that we're going to see a sea change in terms of the types of people who are buying property. A lot of the big investment type property, which traditionally would have been bought by debt-funded local purchasers, is now being bought by overseas institutional type buyers. So a very, very different market to what we've experienced in the past. And maybe the volume of transactions won't be as significant as it would have been in pre-boom times either. Obviously values have fallen by 50 to 60% in some cases, and a lot of investors see that as an opportunity to buy real estate at this point in the cycle. And certainly if you look at the types of investors that are out there looking for opportunities at the moment, from the US, from the UK, Germany, lots of European locations, they can see the extent to which values have fallen and the value that's available in Ireland. Sourcing the actual opportunities is proving to be a bigger challenge, however. I think that the volume of transactions is going to significantly pick up. We went through a 2 to 3 year period where virtually no transactions happened. That's slowly starting to loosen up, and we're beginning to see auctions and disposals of property. So I think over the next 5 years what we can expect to see is a sea change in terms of the types of buyers. So you will be depending on local cash buyers for some of the provincial assets and very large institutional type investors coming into the Irish market to buy real estate at the upper end from an investment point of view.